Subject is in review. Thanks you guys for answering my previous Solo Sokoa question. This show rules. I want to ask you guys about Taya Valkyrie. I thought WWE did a real A plus when they released her and John Morrison. Them as a duo on TV would have been incredible. I mean, she can wrestle. She's hot as she's a great wrestler. So when AEW signed her, I thought we were totally finally going to get her the mega push that she's been so ready for such a long time. Well, Conan and Disco, I would love if you could do a review for running AEW so far, if that's even possible. I think she's awesome, but I have no idea what that Tony Khan would even sign her. When was the last time she was on TV, Conan?
I don't know. It's been a while.
We're gonna find
Has
out.
she been on Rampage or Collision or anything?
No.
She have heat?
I watch all the shows.
Does she have heat?
No.
They're just not using her.
She's very easy to get along with.
She was on Dark a few weeks ago. Her latest appearance on Dynamite was October 25th.
Dark. They still have Dark?
Oh wait, no, that was a Dark match. Yes.
AEW Dark is still on YouTube?
I'm sorry. Dark matches. My bad. She was in a Dark match before Dynamite. But her last time on TV was Rampage, actually, on September 6th. Yeah.
Interesting.
Jesus.
Next is from Gary Hans, and the subject is Fire Jarrett. Hey guys,
What do you think of Taya?
I mean, she's a good character. She's decent size. She's a big girl. Like they could do more with her. You know, maybe she didn't have it. She had a couple stinkers for matches against some of those green girls.
Well, yeah, her and
I wonder
Jade
if
had
they're soured.
Right.
Yeah, I wonder if they're soured on that. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's really bad. It's for me. It's a little hard because I spent a lot of years helping cultivate her.
Mm-hmm.
She's very charismatic. She's really good at playing like roles, whatever role you put her in. Good character work. Her wrestling's good because she was trained in Mexico. She actually slimmed down like 20 pounds because last time I saw her, I was like, you look good. And she was like, yeah, I lost 20, 25 pounds or something like that. I go, it's a shame because she has a lot to offer.
When was the last time you saw
her? I want to say maybe the last Triple Mania, which was maybe in August.
Yeah, because she did look like she put on a few pounds, so she slimmed down.
Yeah, she did.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm going to interrupt with a side question here because I don't think we spoke about it. It happened after recording. One of Ty's last in-ring matches before this Dark match was at Lucha Vavoom, where she teamed with Brian Kendrick against Ronda Rousey and Marina Shafir. And then a few weeks later, Ronda came out and had a Ring of Honor match. Well, what do you think about that, Di? They put Ronda on an unadvertised match on Ring of Honor.
I mean, I don't watch Ring of Honor and never will.
Yeah,
it's a colossal waste. But she's just doing that for her friends. Like she's friends with Marina's, and so she's like, trying to help them out.
Might be friends with Taya, right?
Right.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna be around long because she's trying to get pregnant again.
Yeah, it says she's not signed. So, but yeah, Conan's right.
And it's an interesting little tidbit of information there, Conan. Next is from Gary Hans. Subject is Fire Jarrett. Hey guys, just want to celebrate that we're coming to the anniversary of Bill Body's first K100 meltdown when he reported that Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair was, quote, going to be a real fight, unquote, at Survivor Series. And that's right, Billy reported something wrong. Anyway, I don't even remember this, so I have to ask you guys about the recent ticket sales for AW shows. AW doing their TV tapings in sections of large arenas and still not selling the place out. My question is, who's responsible for this? I don't know a lot about wrestling business, but I do know that people want to point fingers and pass the blame. Could Jeff Jarrett get the heat for this and likely even up losing his job, as he's the guy responsible for booking the venues? I don't know that, but I will say this, and we've been saying this forever, is that AEW is doing the exact same thing that WWE is doing. They're producing weekly television. AEW is not doing things to grow their fan base. Okay? WWE has done stuff to grow their fan base, and WWE is not having any issues filling up arenas because they have more fans. AEW needs to grow their fan base. If they don't grow their fan base, you're going to have this problem with your weekly TV and drawing people to come watch the shows. And that's just common sense. So we can repeat. I can echo this every week, but I'm just doing it again. But this isn't Jeff Jarrett's fault. You need to bring your numbers up and get more people watch the show, so more people come to the shows. Got any comment, Conan?
Yeah, right. He can't be taking the heat for this. This is a company-wide problem, and WWE. If there's something that they've showed everybody, including AAA, it's like you were trying to reach the masses. The Logan Pauls, the Bad Bunnies are actually matches. They're not just walking out there like they do in AEW, and you forget what they even did.
Right.
And so, they're always trying to grow their audience, and which seems something that you should have learned by now. Stop over catering to your hardcore fans. They're the hardcores. They're your ride or dies.
They'll be there they'll be there no matter what.
Right.
Even if your show stinks, they're still loyal and they'll still be there. So you need sometimes take some risks at trying to draw new fans, and they're not willing to take the risks. So
I can't find it, but I saw something about WWE's average attendance in say 2021 was like 6,000. 2022 was 7,000, and now
similar to AEW, and now the gap is
over 10,000.
Yeah,
over 10,000 average.
And let me read some, and let me tell you something that I saw Chris Jericho saying. This shows you that he still has that WWE ingrained in him. So that show where NXT brought out, like, they went head to head with AEW, and they brought out Cena and Undertaker and all that. He had told Tony, "Why don't you bring in Mike Tyson and Shaquille O'Neal and like
Snoop,
other people to counter that." And that, I guess, Tony didn't want to do it.
Right.
That's how you counter that.
Right. Yeah, you counter program.
Right.
That's true. Yeah. Next, let's do. You gotta leave in a couple minutes. Let's do this one more here. Forrester Grillo, and somebody is so overrated. K100 has a reputation for burying people when they've earned it, and also praising people when they've earned it. Recently, you guys have all been giving a ton of praise to Christian for his heel work at AEW. Here's my question, though. If the heel work is so good, why isn't he drawing? I watched Full Gear 2023, and it was Christian versus Edge and Sting in the six-man tag. The venue was 75% in darkness. People aren't buying tickets to Christian. People aren't tuning to watch him on TV. Really, it seems the only people who care are the loud marks in attendance. So I have to ask you guys, why do you think Christian isn't drawing for AEW if his work is apparently so good? Could he just be overrated? Because Christian's not positioned as like a draw on that show. He's a heel. Like, heels don't draw. Like, heels draw, and heels do heel work, and the baby face coming to fight the heel is what draws. A heel building up a baby. You're drawing to watch the heel get beat. Right, by the baby face, and usually the quality of the baby face is the draw. Like, because a perfect example, if it's a weaker baby face against a good heel, a bigger baby face against a heel will draw more than the weaker one. And that's not on that's just the heel doing his job, but it's up to the baby face to be the draw there. It's not his fault. He's doing good TV. There's just a lot of the way they structured that television, it's just,
Glenn,
it's not his fault. Go ahead.
Here's the real thing. Not everything can be or needs to be a draw. You have supporting roles where you're like, oh, Christian's coming out. That's going to be good. I'm going to stay and I'm going to watch it.
Right.
Not everything's going to be a draw. That you're looking at this all wrong. Is he entertaining? Yes. Can he help rub somebody like Luchasaurus and the other guy by him, who I think is brutal? Nick Wayne. Is it Nick Wayne's with him, right?
Nick Wayne.
Remember that brutal segment they had with his mom?
Right. They refer to her as Nick Wayne's mom.
Yeah.
She didn't have a name or anything.
Just brutal.
I don't love
you. And he's experienced backstage. He can help talent. He can give the rub to other talent. There's so many things he can do. It isn't all about you, if you can draw or not. If every wrestler that was on the AAA roster, I use them on their ability to draw or not, I wouldn't have much of a roster. You have a supporting cast, and you have things that make the whole show look attractive.
Well, plus two, you don't have to draw, because on that show, their issue is keeping fans. As long as you don't lose fans, you kind of are a draw. Because if they're watching your segment and you're not losing fans, or your gains, you are kind of a draw.
Right.
Not maybe because the show isn't drawing, but if your segment gains interest, you're doing your job and you're a draw. And
Yeah.
it's not like, that's not, you can't look at Christian's numbers that he doesn't say like, oh, well, he's not drawing. It's like, well, he's not. If you're not losing fans, you're keeping the fans' interest, which means you're successfully doing your job.
And when we report on,
dude, the guy's doing a great job.
Right,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
this is
that's
too like nitpicky.
It is, and we're going to yellow card the guy, Forrester Grillo,
Forrester.
for being, just for being for unsportsmanlike conduct here. For kind of, yeah. All right.
There's a lot
So
of the AEW hate. Like, we'll get emails every other week too about, hey, Edge isn't drawing. Like, they want to blame one person, and that's not
right.
how it works.
Yeah.